So yeah, we are. Hi.
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 Hi. Hi.
So, how is everyone?
I am good.
I am giving slur.
Okay.
I am.
Nikita? Yeah,
Yes.
Nikita?
Okay, I am Nikita and I go by she, her pronouns.
Yeah, baddie behavior.
I am Elle and I go by he, him pronouns.
Giving baddie. I'm Jarrett and I go by they, them pronouns.
Slay.
Yeah, so true. And we are
Trio warning.
period, bitch.
So, how did we come up with this podcast idea?
Okay, actually, we just finished A-levels. So before A-levels actually ended, we thought of like doing some like fun stuff on the internet so that y'all can like, give us attention because
And
we
judge
love
us.
it. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
We love judgment. Send us judgment. Do not send us judgment. We will block you. But basically, we talk a lot in class. And then we were like, you know what? We should like let people hear us.
Profit of our talks.
Period.
The amount of stuff that comes out of our mouth is just pure bullshit.
No,
So
truly,
we
it's
just
really
want
bullshit.
people to hear our bullshit. Maybe it'll be funny, maybe it'll be not.
Exactly. And if you don't like it, you can leave. Period.
Not.
Bye.
It's
Anyway.
giving 2016 YouTuber.
Oh my god.
Not 2016 YouTuber. Well, anyway, so we're doing a podcast because we talk a lot, as you can probably tell by now. So we hope you enjoy.
We came up with this trio warning name when we were half drunk.
Yeah, it was kind of iconic.
I wasn't drunk.
No, you were.
No, I was.
Don't lie.
I really drank one drink. You drank two.
You were tipsy, love.
You are
I was-
very, very tipsy,
No, I
darling.
was tipsy, but you two drank two drinks.
I was not drunk. I was completely sober.
No, you
No,
were
you were
not.
tipsy.
You
I
were-
was sober.
Stop lying.
Your mom
Literally.
sober.
That night I was sober. That was the one time I was
You weren't
sober.
sober, you were tipsy.
Like almost tipsy.
You all see the bullshit we talk about?
Bye.
We can't stick to the topic for shit.
That's why I said go with the flow. Okay, so today our topic is that we like to talk about social systems in schools.
Yeah.
And what we mentioned like before this like podcast, we were thinking about like cliquism, our term that we invented.
Which does not exist yet.
It's not a
Cliquism
real
does
word.
not
No, it's
exist.
Do not open the
Webster.
Merriam-Webster dictionary. It's not in there, honey.
Oxford.
Maybe Urban Dictionary might have it.
You bitch, you wish.
Oh, okay, maybe one
It will
day.
have after this.
One day.
Purr.
No one's gonna go on the internet and then like add our term to like that.
Well, so yeah, we are going to be talking about cliques in school. So, what's a clique?
Oh my god, wait, there's the word cliquism in Merriam-Webster.
Oh my god, there is?
Yeah.
Oh my god, there is a term called cliquism. Our minds,
You're
our
so
minds.
sick.
Oh my god, our minds.
Yeah, I think we just choose to, whatever sounds like ism.
Not this, not ism.
Organism.
Yeah, revelation.
Oh my god, bye. Not organism. Me in class, me in science class. It's giving microscopy. Microscopy!
Simba.
Sexism. Sexism, really.
Okay, back to the topic.
Anyway, cliques and shit.
Yes.
Okay. So, we are in a clique.
Oh yeah, definitely. This is definitely a clique.
Yeah, we have a clique.
Say click. Shake a pig.
We'll just keep diverting from the fucking topic. Bye.
Okay, so we're talking about how like cliques can actually affect like the unity of a class.
Oh yeah, we were. Mhm.
And how each clique has a barrier, like how like strong a barrier each clique has within the class that can prevent like the class from being united.
Yeah.
So do you want to add more ideas?
Oh yeah. So the thing is that cliques form when two people have a similar, not two people, but a bunch of people have a similar communication style, or yes, they have similar hobbies and interests. The thing is that if you only have one of these, like for example, if you only know how to communicate with somebody else very well, but you have nothing, like no interests, y'all can't really form a clique. It's more just like a casual friendship, because what else do we talk about, right?
Yeah.
But if you only have something that you can talk about, like if you have a similar topic or like similar interests, but you can't communicate with each other, then there's no friendship to be formed. So I think it really takes both of them to form like a proper like friendship, which can lead to like cliques forming, right?
Definitely. it's, I think before we started this podcast, Jarrett mentioned about like how there are two types of cliques.
Oh yeah.
One with like bad communication, and then one with good communication but like no interest.
Yeah, exactly. So I think that when a clique they have good communication but they have no
Right.
interests, it's more of just like to have fun. There's like, it's hard to form a lot of depth there because they're like, what do y'all do with that good communication with each
Yeah.
other, right? But I think that if you have similar interests but you can't communicate well, then it leads to like fake friendships, or it just can't form a clique. It's either fake or non-existent.
Yeah, and you know how different people, different personalities just come together, and then you may not really know a person for who they really are.
Yeah.
Like you may think that a person has this like genuine friendship, this genuine fun, this I love you, blah 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 blah, but like really behind their backs, they're just disgusting and snake. Like I saw at the zoo today,
Hi.
Wow.
and
Truly a good
and that's also
application.
something about bad communication, because you gossip so much about a person. No shies.
No shade at all, darling.
But it's pretty similar to what me and a couple of friends are going through right now, and these two know what's going on.
Oh yeah, we do.
We do, but
We shall not expose.
You shall not pause. But yeah, so
right.
it's quite disgusting lah, honestly. But like bad communication. Honestly, if you were me, I would prefer good communicate. See, I can't even communicate myself.
Bye.
Good communication with no interest, because while the friendship, at least something can sustain lah, right?
Yeah, exactly.
At least it's something, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
you can still find something to have interest in, or you can just talk to each other just casually. Because it's still real, you know that there's actual communication there.
Right.
Yeah, if it's bad communication, then just why even bother? It's either you like be upfront with the problem with the rest of the group, or completely stop the group.
Yeah,
Right.
exactly.
I guess also like in our clique and our bigger cliques, we're part of like there are more friends that we have in one big group. We've always prioritized like good communication, even though we might not always have like the same interests, but there are always a couple of people with the same interests. So then like it really like glues the group together.
Yeah, exactly.
And I like what Nikita said. You really have to accept someone truly, like to communicate with them.
Yeah.
And you see their like ugly parts, their good parts. But like I guess like when you see a person that I like to always use this analogy where like white means good and then bad is like no like colorism.
Bye.
no, it's just like the yin yang thing, not like the
Chess set.
skin color.
Yeah, like a
Chess
chess
set.
set. Like a chess set.
Yeah, that. So
Bye.
yeah, I realized
You can
it's
say on
quite
Twitter in
problematic.
3 hours.
I'm sorry. That is not my intention. But like cancel like the
It's
first
okay, he's not
one.
racist. He's not racist, guys. He's not racist.
So I was.
Better not be.
It's not.
Okay,
God.
fine.
Like, so how everyone has their goods and bads, and like back to that analogy, like everyone is great, because there is always going to be good in a bad person, and always going to be bad in a good person.
Yeah.
So like in the end, it's like you see which one like is like more like you have to see the good in the people.
Yeah, I
Whether the
agree.
good outweighs the bad, or
Yeah,
vice versa.
Yeah, and also whether the bad aligns with your bad.
Yeah, that's actually very true.
Cause
Yeah.
like if you're friends
Yeah.
with people who are bad in the same way that you are bad, like if you are friends with someone who is also like equally like
As
spiteful,
horrible. Yeah,
Yeah.
equally as like
horrible person that you are.
yeah, exactly, or equally as vulgar as you, y'all can still click even
Yeah.
with the bads. You know what I
Right.
mean?
Yeah.
But if y'all have like different like good points, like if someone is very honest while someone is
Yeah.
sensitive, it can kind of cause conflict there also.
Like
even
someone
though
thinks it's okay to homework someone.
No, that's not never okay.
that's never okay.
What do you mean? I don't know.
Intel, yeah.
There are people who ban like
There are people
more
who
on
have
that.
homework before, I know.
Ooh.
No, I never understand that. But,
Not the shade. Anyway,
like what?
well, back to cliques.
Oh, this is a perfect topic to throw shades, yeah.
Anyway. Okay, let's get back to clique. Oh, we want to talk about how in classes, right, cliques can they can influence like a class system and how like
Yeah.
cliques interact in
Yeah.
a class.
Yeah.
So what do y'all think about that? Like how cliques interact in a class?
I think as like if we take our class as an example, can we do that?
Yeah, I mean, why not? But do not say names, like, I guess.
Obviously.
Person A, person B.
Person A, person B. Okay, so previously I'll talk about my experience 2 years ago. So I was in a 4-people clique with 3 other girls. Let's just name it ABC. So I had like in the clique itself, it was quite, I guess, like the barrier was quite strong. So then we weren't really able to like interact with the rest of the class. And had like a lot of resentment towards other cliques because for some reason we just don't like them or they call them like fake. So I guess like with that cliquism like concept going on, it can be very difficult to like break out of it because you're so secure in that one clique.
Yeah.
And then your ideas, it's an echo chamber after all. So then like it's very hard to break out that mindset, and then you're not able to like interact with everyone else in the class. That can be an issue in like the future.
It forms like an us against them kind of mentality. Like.
Yeah. But fortunately, like we were able to like break out of that and form a bigger clique with like what around half the class, 1/3 of the class ish. Yeah. So
even if we weren't like cliques with the hard cliques,
even if we were not part in the same clique as another person.
Yes. Even if we were not in the same clique as another person, at least we could get along with it.
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
Because at the end of the day, there's still the interest.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? There's still the interest.
Yeah. And that brings me to the point, right, that I wanted to bring up called intersectionality. Where even though you can be part of one clique and someone else can be part of another clique, if one person in your clique is also part of the other clique, there can kind of be like a link, like a chain.
Definitely.
And I think that when those connections come about, a class can be united while still having cliques. Because they are not like tough like physical barriers between like cliques.
Yeah.
Right? For example, like in our class, let's say there's like a clique who, I mean, it's not really an example, I'm just giving like it's not from our class, but it's just an example. Let's say a group of people, they like to talk a lot about like social media and they're very like social media inclined. While another clique is more like people who are like more like books and like studying and like they like reading a lot or they're more quiet. And let's say there's someone in the first clique who is very interested in films and very interested in like theatre, and there's another person in the other clique who's also interested in those things. Because it still fits within each of those categories, there can be that intersectionality and there can be understanding from each other's groups from that party. So I think that when those links can form between different cliques in a class, that's when true unity, like class unity, can form even with cliquiness.
Definitely, I can.
Cliquism.
Clickers.
Not cliquism. Intersectionality.
Intersectionality, not intersectionality. Okay, whatever. Anyway, the point that Jarrett, like the concept that Jarrett just mentioned, makes a lot of sense because, like I guess like even though the barriers are there, people are still going to bond regardless of like whatever is like whatever like cliques that we have or the conflicts, because like I guess like sometimes you see on TikTok there are people like, oh my god, 2 people bonding even though our cliques hate each other. It's all
guess which one slept with my boyfriend.
And one bitch is like completely like blank face, staring into the camera, being like, it's not me.
It's not me, guys.
It's not me.
It's always like you know it's always so funny. It's so obvious.
Yeah, it's fucking hilarious. Anyway, back to your point.
But yeah, like definitely the connections are going to form regardless of like the barriers. But if the rest of the group doesn't want to like be able to connect with like the other people, it can definitely be a problem, because our class had the issue of like conflicts between cliques. Such as, oh, you're so exclusive. You're so fake. Like,
Bye.
And then I like personally I definitely see the flaws in my clique like 2 years ago. And I've always been like people have always labeled me as the mediator in the clique and as an advisor.
Therapist, yes.
Yeah, therapist. Basically a therapist, yes. I think you also hear my voice. Therapist. But we do accept that we have our flaws and that we were able to overcome it. And eventually we had like a member from the other clique like join us. Not well, I mean they have their own issues that I'm not gonna delve into, which is because it's their personal
Guess
issues.
who?
Right. I was not gonna say much, but alright. But really, like when you wanna have like unity, you have to go like you have to look past his flaws be able to truly accept each other regardless of like whatever like things that it's like preconceptions that you have of a person. Like oh my god, she looks so bitchy, and it's like just a face.
Yeah, exactly.
They don't have that assumption. I mean, it's not like you cannot have that assumption, but don't let it rule your perception of the person.
Yeah, I completely agree with that. And like, I think that it's important to realize that even when there are cliques, the perception that the group might have of that clique may not always hold true about the individuals in that clique.
Definitely.
Like, let's say a clique is very known for like being like they talk a lot of shit. But it doesn't mean that all of them talk a lot of shit. It just means that as a collective they may talk more shit than the other groups.
Yes.
But that shouldn't make you feel like a certain person is like exactly like that and that's all that they are.
Yeah. And I guess and what I learned recently is that like the brain always focuses on negative things.
Oh yeah, exactly.
So then that negative like assumption that you have of that clique can be like it's like a microscope. It's enlarged a lot more than the good parts of the group. When they could like, for example, like that person, like one person in the group actually helped you a lot with sports, or like that person has helped you with like work that you have been struggling with, but just because you heard a rumor of them talking shit about you, does it mean they're all bad? That's not true.
Yeah, exactly. I completely agree with that point.
Yeah.
So,
Sorry, my brain juice a bit gone, yeah.
Bye.
I don't know what else to say.
it's okay, baby. It's okay.
You can.
Oh yeah. Do you want to talk about how teachers and the actual like education can?
Definitely.
I hate you. I fucking hate you.
Are you going to say something about how teachers actually favour some cliques?
Yeah, that's exactly what I was going to
Oh
say.
my god, we are so brain sway.
Are we talking about like?
Yes or no? Oh yeah, actually, let me just say correct. Let me just say that sometimes when you're in a clique that may be more education inclined or
Correct.
maybe doing better, so-called better according to the education system, correct, in class, the teachers might favor you more, and that can actually cause them to favor the clique more, even though that clique might be doing something that's very like that is actually quite bad.
But from what I know in America, a lot of teachers, there are times when they favor the more athletic or like the more sociable clique as compared to the smaller group of like nerds who like probably like do the best in class. You know what I mean?
I think that's a country thing, because in Singapore where we are, like that's the opposite.
More brain. You think more.
Yeah, they will really like shit on you if you are good at sports, and they will call you out every single time and tell you that like, oh, sport can get you everywhere in here. And it's like,
run so fast for what?
Yeah, exactly. Run so fast for what? Maybe your grade should run up faster. Maybe you should be running on those books.
It's quite a bad sound. Oh, shit.
Do you know the guy, the badminton guy? He did not get paid at all for like winning. I don't know. He won something, right? The badminton guy in Singapore, Lo Kian Yu or something.
Who's that?
Okay, so basically he won this badminton tournament. I think it's like international one, against this like really important, like really like prevalent or like what's that? Relevant other badminton player.
Yeah.
Well, he beat him, and like he got gold for Singapore, and like he didn't get paid at all. I think
that's horrible.
I don't know, $50.
$50 for all that?
Yeah,
no way. So that's how much some people earn like per day.
Yeah, so another topic we can talk about is something like we can expand on this another time, is how like Singapore doesn't really emphasize a lot of their sports or like their arts and culture. Or it's more of like on the education system, which is probably why a lot of people are like, oh, Singapore's really education inclined, and like a lot of it is by the book.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah. Sweet.
And I think that can also affect like. Okay, wait. Back to cliquism.
Sorry.
I think that when it comes to cliquism, right? What do y'all think? What do y'all?
I think like back when like our topic of like teachers' favorite.
Back to the topic.
Back to the topic. Of,
Nikita.
of teachers like favoring certain cliques. We have actually personally seen like a few instances of that happen.
Yeah, we have.
It's actually happened to me before.
Yeah.
We are where?
Our class lah.
Like what?
Before I made the switch lah.
Yeah.
There was one of our teachers was actually quite mean to my group.
Yes.
Yeah, that is true.
I mean honestly, I feel like I receive fair treatment because I've been sleeping anyway.
Yeah, you
class.
have. You have been sleeping a lot in class.
I had. I am graduated, so this will not happen anymore or in the future.
Bye. Well,
We never know in university, but for now, I'm not sleeping.
okay.
Gosh.
But yeah, for real though, actually, I do. I actually have. I have witnessed it as well. Like, cause
Right.
not your sleeping in class.
I
We have
know,
all witnessed
it's
it.
hilarious. Everyone thinks it's funny.
Cause it is.
No, it is. It really is like comedy relief.
But yeah, actually, I do actually. Like, I do see that some cliques are favored by certain teachers. In fact, if you actually notice, right, sometimes a teacher will actually favor certain clique if they have,
Right.
if that clique contains or like has a few students who are like the top of the classes. And in fact, sometimes the teachers can actually influence like cliques to form by kind of like communicating with them in a certain way. Sitting arrangement as well.
That one is really a very big factor.
Because like,
Sitting arrangement.
for example, right?
Seriously.
Yeah, exactly. Like last
Quite
year, I remember there was a certain sitting arrangement, correct, where I was sitting beside someone who maybe I was not very inclined to talking to. I wasn't very, I didn't like that much. Right. So correct. The thing is that because I sat beside this person, I had to like communicate with this person a lot, right? And like it kind of forced me to like be nice and like to kind of like understand this person. And the thing is that through that, right, it kind of formed this like false intersectionality where like it was kind of like a fake relationship where I had with this person, but it was because I couldn't like what else could I have done? Like just ignore this person completely. I couldn't. They were sitting right beside me, right? So I kind of had to create like a fake friendship with this person, and through that, I think that it kind of taught me a lot about like the other clique, and maybe understand a lot about that person's clique because we have to communicate with each other about those kind of things, right? Because that's how like class talk is like. I think that kind of also contributed to like cliqueism in the class and contributed to like what I felt about people who were also inside of my clique and people who were outside of my clique and all that kind of thing. And
You know, like a lot of friendship is actually like, it's not even sustainable, but it's sustained because of the gossip.
yeah,
And
I mean,
I've
isn't it what
experienced
happened?
that.
Yeah, right.
I've experienced a lot of those friendships, and like, I mean, is it? I don't know. Sometimes it's literally like mutual friendship, and then gossiping about one person, because that's the only thing we have in common, which again, common interests,
yeah.
right? And like, so is this friendship even like really genuine?
It's more. I wouldn't say it's not a genuine friendship, but it's more of like you're only
Surface level.
Yeah, very shallow, very surface level. Because it's not genuine. Because I mean, obviously you have had like
There's real feelings there.
no, you have had like enough like way of thinking and to be able to gossip each other.
Yeah, that's true.
So it's not that it's not genuine, but it's more of like you're just there for fun.
Yeah, it's not like it doesn't have any depth to it, lah.
Correct.
And after you leave school and after you stop like looking at the other person who you gossip about, there's nothing left there. Like what else is there to talk about?
That's true.
So
Unless you want to meet up to gossip about a person,
yeah lah, true lah, but that's also like very like dumb, right? Like
No,
imagine, like,
a lot of people do that.
like, hey, tell them come over so we can talk about XYZ because I don't like the person, even though we're not in that same
no,
school or
they
class
would.
anymore.
They people who do that.
That's crazy to
who
me.
the hell will do that?
I've seen so many girls do that.
That's crazy.
Like at least like cis women at least.
Yeah. That's kind of
I
crazy.
don't do that.
Bitch. Who says you?
Cis
I know lah, I know.
Cis
Yeah.
hat women.
Okay, so let me just say correct. Bitch.
Very
funny, is it?
Funny. She's like, how do you exhale?
Bye, I hate you. Anyway, so yeah, I do think that what else said was actually quite valid because I do believe that that sometimes gossip can be like a fuel for a relationship to continue, but then it's like empty. It's like an empty relationship or empty clique. That clique has nothing else to do except for gossip. Because what else is there? Right? Like imagine like if you're rock climbing with somebody, there can be like interest, but like gossiping about somebody else is such a boring, basic surface level
It's
interest.
actually like it's quite fun at like for the first few times, but
Yeah.
afterwards it's like
it becomes
that
boring.
You literally go through the entire life, like that, like everything in Singapore, socially, like they basically like if you think about friends, family, romance, and then they go into like how they're like stupid, that kind of stuff.
Right.
I think they're talking about car insurance.
Yeah, everything they're gonna roast.
She don't give me car insurance.
Or like, she's like, boss, don't give me the pay. Something
Yeah,
like that.
but I guess yeah lah. It's some relationships can be quite surface level in terms of that regard lah.
Same.
And then, wait, the teacher, what did we go through like in depth properly?
Teacher, yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, we talked about seating arrangement and
Nice.
Sitting
favoritism.
arrangement really.
Didn't we talk about how like the favoritism actually affected you like in that?
Oh yeah.
Because-
Can I just say correct? Okay, wait. This is an example. Okay. There is this one subject that we take. And in this subject, the teacher favored me a lot at the start of last year.
True.
At the start of last year, right, there's this subject that I was very, very good at. I was like basically like all my focus was on that subject.
God last
And
year.
shut up. So I did very well, right? And this teacher was like, oh my god, this person is like so good. And like when we had like this parent teacher interview, the teacher kept telling my mom that like, oh, I should take like the higher version of this subject because I was like that good at it. But then when I started to have like more like my mental health started to like decline a bit because of a lot of stress,
Died.
and my subject I started to do like worse and worse. This teacher paid less and less attention towards me
That's
afterwards.
so true.
And it felt like a punch in the stomach because I liked this teacher a lot at the start actually. And this teacher started to like give me like started to like be less nice to me and started to like actually be mean to me because I wasn't doing as well as she expected me to do. So it kind of affected my
Right.
my like outlook on this subject.
And then you realize, oh my god, this teacher's kind of elitist.
Yeah, this teacher only cared about me because I was so-called doing well at the start of the year, even though like that's just the start.
I've seen the opposite for one of our friends.
Oh.
Like initially that person did not do so well in that subject initially. But then that person evolved into a beautiful flower.
Yeah, this person did very well in the end of like towards the end.
Yeah.
Deflowering.
And then you sort of noticed that teacher kind of showed more respect
Yeah,
to that person.
yeah. Like this person deserve a lot of deserve a lot of praise, and then like of course they did get it. They deserved it, but it also is like it does show that like doing well in a subject kind of gives you a lot of like emotional advantage through confidence because like your teacher keeps like praising you, right? And
Yeah.
obviously this person deserves it, but it kind of also shows that like the teacher doesn't really care about the so-called weaker students or those who don't do as well.
Because there are other teachers out there that, you know, they kind of humble you still. They're like, oh, you know, you did well in this subject. Well, don't get over complacent.
Yeah, exactly.
But this teacher does not completely. She just.
This teacher does not do that at all.
Yeah.
Does not care about humbling or like trying to like keep it equal. Just fully being elitist out there.
I mean, I understand that it's a teacher's job to just teach, right?
Yeah.
And like be able to help students with the subject. But it comes to a point where like the treatment is really way too unfair,
Yeah.
and it really impacts like your students' performance when you have like this like concepts that you really have in your mind.
Yeah.
It stunts a lot of people's growth in academically and emotionally as well.
Yeah.
It really does take a toll on your mental health because it's like, okay, if my mental health goes down now, I won't be do well, then I cannot like succeed. It takes a very big toll on you mentally because you believe that like, okay, I'm just stupid, I can't do this, I can't do that. And then it sets a whole barrier for you from like going to your potential that you're supposed to reach.
Yeah.
I just realized we went completely off topic again.
No, but we can link this back to the fact that this can influence cliques.
That's true.
Because if let's say a bunch of students are being favored by a teacher, right, it can cause them to like feel like this teacher can like kind of group them together, or this teacher can also separate them because there's this other teacher who we know who looked at the class grades and split the class literally in half, and like paired like what this teacher considered the less good, paired the so-called less good with the so-called more good, and
That one felt bad.
yeah, it was like
I hated it.
first of all, that causes people who are in the so-called less good group to feel horrible about themselves, and it also puts more pressure on the people who are so-called more good to help somebody else, even though like that student may already be struggling with their own work.
Yeah, it should come out of somebody's free will to want to help someone.
Exactly.
Because at the end of the day, if you don't want to help someone, both people are like gonna be at a disadvantage.
Yeah. In fact, correct, I was paired with a person, correct, who I really, really did not like. And the thing is that being with this person, correct, I wasn't able to help this person because this person didn't even ask me for my help, right? And also like it made me uncomfortable in class. And yeah, I just feel that like if these teachers, correct, they do not take into account like friendships or like cliques in the class, right? And they just do it by their own way without trying to see what like the social structures are, because grades are all that matters, right? Then it kind of defeats the point of like the scheme that they set up.
Yeah, and I guess I will say like a personal example. So I was paired up with
A certain person.
and two people. So let's say them A and B. So I was actually the smarter person was person A, and then like me and this other person B, and me were being tutored or like by person A. But the thing was because like person A was not in the middle, person B kept stating my like whatever, and I couldn't say anything at all during the entire class. I couldn't ask anything, and it's not that person B was a bad person. It's just that like it really defeats the purpose of like the entire exercise, and I just really felt like really bad about myself because like at the start of like 2 years ago, I was actually very confident. I was the first in class for that subject, and I knew my concepts well. I could do well, but really I just like jumped into despair. It was really bad. But like again, like I said, it was really like emotional toll because I thought I was doing well. I thought I could do well at least. But obviously like the grades didn't show, and that took a toll on me. But besides that, like I'm talking about this arrangement, like I wasn't able to ask the questions that I wanted to ask, and it wasn't being answered the way that I wanted it to be answered.
Yeah.
And I just felt like that person was not compatible with like my work style.
Yeah.
And then like
definitely,
because it was so forcibly arranged, right? You're not able to like have like a say in who is more compatible to work with you, or if that person just has like it's very compatible with a lot of people, then it can be an issue.
Yeah.
Like in trying to like improve your performance in that subject. Yeah.
I mean, for me, for that whole thing, I was paired with someone that I was in an awkward position with.
Oh yeah.
On my end that I was really awkward, and I was like, how the hell do I help this person? Oh my god, I'm going to cry.
Were you the
How
better
the hell
person?
am I gonna
Were you the smart one?
smart with the apostrophe? Yeah.
No, you are.
Because I honestly don't believe in this smarter thing. Because look, everyone has their own capabilities.
Yeah.
It's better like.
Yeah, like can I be honest? Even though my grades were like so-called good at that time, right? I was literally struggling. I was on the edge every single time for that subject.
Exactly, there's so many factors to it.
Yeah,
that people
and like
really see.
in class, right? I couldn't even help myself. I was also honestly speaking, right? Sometimes I was pulling shit off my ass just to see what sticks. And like it was like I'm the better one. If I don't even know what I was saying. I'm pretty sure I said a bunch of like the wrong things even to my partner who asked me those few questions that they asked me. And the thing is that I really thought that those were like correct, but they turned out to be wrong. And because of this, right, it was also like kind of demoralizing to me because it felt like I wasn't like doing my job. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Yeah, because sometimes like good grades doesn't mean you know what you're doing.
Yeah.
It could be answering techniques. It could be like just nice content answer, or
Yeah, exactly.
Nice handwriting.
If you know the answer but you cannot like there's like two type of people I realized like when it comes to exam. It's like one person who knows the answer, knows everything, but they can't like write it down. There's people who don't know anything but somehow they just remember it during the exam.
That's literally me. I don't know what I was saying. I don't know half the shit I was saying.
It's a struggle on both sides, but I feel like your half gets it better.
Yeah, that's true. I agree. I got the better half of it even though I didn't necessarily deserve it.
I just realized all this is about JC talks here.
I mean it's a school system, right?
That's true.
So I mean
Poly people cannot. Poly and ITE and all the other things cannot relate.
We don't really have experience in poly
That's true.
to speak about.
It's not JC, guys. It's difficult.
Yeah.
Don't go A levels.
Yeah, please do not go to JC if you want to like have a stable mental health.
Yeah, no, for real. Oh, and
No,
on
I've
top
had
of, you know what? A levels is such a horrible system in my opinion. Like, on top of, I feel like all the bitchy people go and do A levels. Yeah.
No, for real.
Mostly, not
This
all.
smart, like quote what smarter
Mostly,
people are.
yeah. And oh my god, you know when we first entered our school, there were like these elitist people. And I'm like, bitch, I'm in the same school as you. Like, you have no like authority over me. You know, there's no hierarchy system that you guys so proclaim.
Yeah.
Which is another thing about cliquism. No matter like, you know, like in within like our class, right? For example, we had our own like hierarchy. You know what I mean?
Correct, we did.
Yeah.
We did, and that's why that came out with that like caused the exclusivity and like who's better than who.
Yeah.
And then that also exists outside of class and amongst the entire level.
Yeah.
Because there was some cliques, right, that made their presence known. Like everyone would know them.
Yeah, like even if you didn't know their names, you know what they look like.
Exactly.
You know what they were doing.
There you go. So, do you think like cliquism will ever like?
No, it will never
never
diminish.
die.
Because
will always
humans
come.
were like sort of.
Humans always find a group.
Humans will find some form of exclusivity and disguise it as just friendship, and some people will disguise friendship as exclusivity as well.
You never know.
But you know what? If you
If
I
you-
wanted to be like, don't feel alone.
I guess what you say is that like when you're in a clique, or like when you do feel wait, what are you trying to say? wait, can
What were
you
you trying to say?
Can you
Okay,
say
so
sentence once?
basically,
Yeah.
before I made the transition, right,
Mm.
I was alone for like 2 to 3 days.
Oh yeah.
No, we
And-
asked you to join. You say no.
Yeah, you said no at first.
Because
then we
I
were
thought I was
like,
going to
you-
join
we were-
someone else.
we
were
But the problem
hunting
is,
you.
those people like don't know what they're doing. So I was like, you know what? I want to go to something more stable. And they look nice. They look friendly.
I was
and I
sitting
know,
right beside
and
you.
I
We were
know
literally
Jarrett well
hunting.
enough.
We were
Yeah.
hunting for you, you know. Like we kind of like
I
Yeah.
feel so like touched. You know,
You are wanted. Wanted criminal.
we were actually all like actually the day when like Jarrett was like, oh, Nikki's going through something, and I was like, okay. Like they didn't go through to what, and I was like, okay. And they're like, oh, what do you think of like adding Nikki in? And I was like, yeah, sure, why not? Like,
And now we're here.
definitely.
And now we're
Yeah, but
Yeah, continue.
oh my god, that just reminds me of like a lot of like the friendships that we had was also because of like the patience that I feel like some people had.
Yeah. Because if I wasn't patient enough, bitch. Oh honey.
Patient in who's yeah?
No, we had a conflict.
Yeah, we had a
I
conflict.
feel like I was very patient and forgiving.
Yeah.
No.
He was very patient. I wasn't patient because I was like, can you come back to me?
No, it was horrible. Like,
It was really bad, but
we go do it.
we're going to another episode, honeys.
But it really like a lot of friendships is really like the foundations on patience, communication, forgiveness. Even though like the person can really done really bad stuff, but you can. It is always room like to give them the time to improve and become a better person.
Yeah.
Like for a few members, not just one. Like a few members.
Yeah, but some people also have their limits, right? That's why some other stuff happen, right?
That's right. Okay.
So right, guys, in conclusion,
Cliques.
if you're alone, you die. No, I'm kidding. Please don't die. Okay. I feel like it's okay to be alone because you know what? Sometimes you just gotta be independent and find your own way
Yeah.
until you find something more stable and like until you find something that you can. The hell are you saying?
Actually, I have one point I want to say.
Wait, let Nikki finish.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
I know,
until you can
yeah.
find something that you can truly trust and like that's stable and you know actually wants you well. Okay, so what, Jarrett? Yeah.
Okay. I just realized, right, there are some people, correct, who, although they are technically in a clique, right, they are very, very independent. Like, they do most things by themselves, but they are in that clique, right, because, like, they still like those people.
Yeah.
So it's like, I think that when it comes to these people, right,
They,
like, they can be in your clique and, like, we will still support each other, but, like, these people are very independent and they work better by themselves, but they still want to have friends. And I think that if you are kind of those people, correct, you may or may not find a clique, but if you do,
it's a very good one.
yeah,
Because the clique will let you do whatever you want to. Just like they just like let loose. And you want to come back, you just talk. you don't really have to be involved in every single activity.
Yeah, because it's
Sometimes
like
you have to lah. Don't just like completely like
yeah, don't like shut out everybody else lah. You know, you're still in a clique, right?
sometimes.
Yeah, even One Direction had issues. They're not even back yet.
Why?
Are they gonna come back?
I don't know.
I kind of want them to come back, but then now the whole like era of music has changed.
I really don't know
that's
what
true.
is going on in One Direction.
But anyway,
They all go separate directions.
Yeah, but also with what
now got
Jarrett
4 Direction
and
plus
Nikki
1.
said,
yeah.
to have a very good friendship is to find people that love you. And like in the LGBT community, we have
LGBTQ plus.
LGBTQ
BLT.
plus
LGBT.
I can
LGTVs.
LGTVs. We have, I guess our friend group is what we call like the chosen family.
Yeah.
And we really do like understand and really look like a family. Like nothing can really like try to break it apart.
Yeah, it's not happening, honey.
It's even if someone does like really bad stuff, you know, you just have to stay.
like you will force that bitch to change.
Well, not force, but like talk to them nicely, communicate ideas, and
Yeah, that.
let's be nice. Oh my god.
Yeah,
that's
let's
the
be
truth.
very.
That's the truth.
Yeah, that's true actually.
It's well, we have been communicating and truly like understanding the flaws of a person and realizing that we all have our inner struggles that we're facing. Sometimes people do things, they don't think of it.
Yeah, this is the same for cliques as well, because
Yeah.
our topic is cliques.
Right, cliques. Like in a clique, like people do things without thinking, and then sometimes it is not right to always assume why they are doing this.
Yeah,
And truly like not jumping into conclusions in a friendship at least.
yeah.
Any friendship.
If it's a friendship that you actually want to keep, right, it's important that like you understand the other person's point of view and you must be patient with them.
Correct.
Because they may not always have the words at the current moment.
Alright.
Yeah, even if you like rage quit on them at that very moment, just calm down and then like
Like,
talk
yeah,
to them during like another time when you're calm down.
yeah,
Yeah.
Because sometimes it actually works a lot.
It works a lot. It really does, right?
yeah, it really
I
does. For
remember
real.
one time I rage quit on Jarrett.
When?
Oh my god, what's that?
I was really tired and pissy.
Yeah.
Then Jarrett,
I
I don't know what Jarrett said. I was like, fuck this shit. I close my
Yeah.
laptop, I go off. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the next day it was like we managed to resolve it.
It really is just like there are always conflicts gonna happen. Let's be honest. There's no friendship that is smooth sailing. And if it's smooth sailing,
It's
just
probably
like,
fake.
It's not fake, just boring.
Yeah.
Just like
It's either fake or
but
boring,
If
guys.
you do have like a conflict, it's best to solve it immediately.
Yeah, that's true.
And confrontation, as much as it's difficult to do, as much as it's hard
You
to
must do it lah.
you just have to go through it or like if not, nothing's gonna change.
One
If you don't
important-
change it, nothing's gonna happen.
Yeah, one important thing, right? Don't bottle it up, bro.
Yeah,
Just
do not
don't.
bottle the shit up.
Seriously.
Don't
Just
push
say.
away.
Whatever you do, do not bottle your shit up.
Yeah.
It will the thing is
It's
like
gonna blow up.
right,
Yeah.
it will
Yeah.
blow up.
You're a bottle of Coke, you know.
Uh,
Stop shaking and not opening.
and Mentos.
Mentos is the conflict. No,
Wait,
but
is that bitch is that bitch calling you a bitch?
huh?
That's a conflict.
Oh, yeah. Yeah,
I
but
cannot get tired of y'all.
like when something's like happens to you that makes you irritated, don't push it away. Because
Yeah.
it's always the small things that will affect you at the end of the day.
100%.
I think when you hear friendship conflicts, it's always small things, like very petty things, like what happened? Like they go out without
that
me.
bitch sat on my thighs when they didn't ask me first, so I angry and then build it up. And then next one, I was going to a friend's house but that person didn't invite me. This person never buy me like a chicken wing. Then I asked them to help
It's
me
like
buy.
the stupidest things ever, but if you tell them like, oh my god, I'm a little petty person, like just this little bitch will do that, and like, oh, I'm sorry, then or whatever, they're just like fuck you. And
Yeah,
See what
like,
happens.
it will build up if you don't like let it out, you know.
yeah.
She never cut my toenail.
What the fuck?
Well,
Alright, okay, so thank you for listening to Trio Warning.
thank you for coming to our shitty podcast where we talk about shit.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Next episode we'll be talking about friendships.
Again.
Education system, not friendship.
We were just talking about the education system.
No, in depth.
Okay.
Okay, anyway, bye.
Bye.
XOXO.
Slay.
It's Trio Warning.
Slay.
Goodbye.
BLT.
Signing up. Not BLT.
LGTV.
Bye.